Well, Nick, let me start with you and ask you about the expectations, culture, and routines that make Endicott baseball successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a culmination of all the years past, even before I got to Endicott. I mean, this has just been built over decades and decades that Coach Haley's been here, and he's really he's embedded into us that we need to be not only grown men on the field, but off the field as well. And I think each year has brought something different to the table, which has kind of grown over the years to build that team culture that we have, where we have 45, 50 guys who are all really bought into the program, that all understand their role, whether they're playing, they're not playing. Everyone on the team has a role, and I think they embrace what they have to do on the field.
Danny, how would you respond to that with all the expectations and culture and routines of the program?
I think there's just lots of leading by example. I mean, the freshmen get here in late August, and we run our captain's practices before we start our actual practices, and there's no coaches around. It's still all the upperclassmen are leading by example, showing the younger guys how it's done, and that's really all it takes. Like, if you do what you're supposed to do, act in the ways that you're supposed to, hold yourself accountable. I think the younger guys usually take after that, and once they have that down as freshmen, it just lasts for 4 years, and that's how you maintain a culture of hard work and discipline.
Jordan, how would you explain it?
Yeah, I would say that accountability is definitely a major theme of our team. If you're not, doing your job in the classroom or in social life, you'll get held accountable. You have to make sure you're bringing your equipment out every day, cleaning up the field after games and practices. So it's just a lot of little things that go into the big picture, and that's what helps us succeed as a team.
Jordan, what makes this team successful? Is it the routines? What is it?
I would say it's a mix of everything. It's routines, guys knowing what jobs they have to do and going out there and doing their job. We like to count each game by each pitch and focus on each pitch every time. Winning every inning is very big, so we want to make sure that we're winning every inning, puts us in a good place to win.
Danny, how would you answer that?
I'd say we just never take steps backwards, whether it's a practice, a game, a winter workout. Like, we're never, each day we're getting better and better. Not that you have to climb a mountain in one day, because that's not going to happen, and that's not how great programs are built, but just one small step every single day. I think we accomplish that 99 days out of 100, and we just never take a step backwards. So as long as that's the route you're on, I think you'll be in a pretty good spot by the end of the year.
Nick?
Yeah, I think we just try to take it one game at a time. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. We're treating everyone the exact same, and we try to play a complete game on both sides of the ball. So offensively, we try to, like Jordan said, win every inning. Win time is huge for us, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th innings, which is kind of like the most important innings of the game. And you want to put up as many runs as possible in the later innings, which I think we do a really good job of doing. And then on the other side of the ball, it's just pitching and defense. I think we have a lot of depth on this team. So if a guy goes down with injury, we have another guy who can step right up and can take that spot and produce for us. And I think we've done a really good job of having a lot of complete games this season where we're winning both sides of the ball.
Our viewers know that you win. The team has been winning this year. But what stands out to you, Nick, as far as this season? Is it a play, a rally, a game? If you were to pull something out, what's a memory so far?
Well, I mean, I guess this one happened more recently. I would say TJ Laponis. We went down to Eastern Connecticut. It was a tie game going into the 9th inning, 0-0. We scrapped and clawed. We had the bases loaded with 2 outs, top of the 9th, and he poked one to right center, and he hit one out for a go-ahead grand slam in the 9th inning. So that was pretty cool to see. And I think it's just, like I said earlier, like a culmination of the fact that we try to win games late, and we'll do whatever it takes to win games late.
Well, that's definitely a great moment for sure. But Danny, I'm sure this team has a few of those.
Yeah, I actually think instead of a moment, I think a better thing that I like is we win games in so many different ways. Like, we've had our fair share of games where the pitchers have kept us in it, and we get enough runs just in time, like Noda was just talking about with the Eastern game. And then we have games where we've put up a ton of runs in support of the pitching staff. So we win games in all types of different ways, scoring runs early, scoring runs late. And I think we're able to do it in all ways. Like, an example of a game where we just kind of scored throughout was a Johns Hopkins game. We kind of just put the pressure on early and kept it on, and that was a big win for us. And then there's the Eastern Connecticut game where we had 8 zeros on the board through 8 innings, and we were able to bear down and put 4 runs across in the 9th, which was huge and a huge game for us. So just being able to win in a variety of ways, I think, is huge for a team.
All right. Jordan, you're on the spot here. You're the last one here. What can you share with me here?
Yeah, something that stood out to me was a few weeks ago when we played Roger Williams. We lost a tough game in Game 2.
Yeah.
Our starting pitcher only went 1/3 of an inning, which is unlike him. But he bounced back, and the next day we went up to Colby for a road trip, and he threw a complete game shutout. So I think that just speaks on coming back from adversity and really handling yourself in the right way.
Yeah, obviously an interesting moment there for sure. Well, Jordan, I'm going to have you talk about Danny as we close it out here. So tell me about Danny. What does he mean to the team, and what more can you tell us about this guy here?
Yeah, Danny means a lot to the team. I mean, he is a utility guy, so he plays really wherever we need him. He's a huge bat in the lineup for us, and he's a very positive, energetic leader. And I think he sets a good example for the younger guys.
All right, Danny, to your right there, Nick, tell me about him.
Nick, I've played with him for a very, very long time. We grew up playing together, so I know a lot about Nick. He's kind of just everything you could ask for offensively. He's a huge bat in our lineup. He brings tremendous energy in a couple different ways. He definitely like great leader off the field, on the field, and he's an invaluable piece to the team. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right. Well, Nick, now you're back all across the other end here. Tell me about Jordan.
Yeah, I think Jordan's a guy who's battled a lot of adversity over the course of his career. He came in freshman, sophomore year and was dealing with a lot of arm injuries. And we knew the talents that Jordan brought to the table, and he wasn't necessarily able to showcase them. And I knew he wanted to get out there and showcase him for us and be a part of the team. And I think he worked diligently to really do whatever it took to get back onto the field. And we knew what Jordan was capable of, and then he went out there and he's just been dominant. I mean, he's been a leader of the pitching staff for 2 years now. I mean, you could say all 4 years. He's just been an outstanding leader for this team. And I mean, his numbers just, they do the talking. He's been absolutely outstanding for us, and I'm excited for what he's going to accomplish as we go into the postseason.